Welcome back to Castle Chatter. Today we are heading somewhere extra dreamy. We're going to be talking about all things Hawaii, one of my favorite places in the world. We're diving into some of the most popular islands, Maui, the Big Island, Honolulu, Waikiki, and what makes each one unique, and how to decide which is the best fit for your vacation. Of course, we're going to be talking about Aulani, Disney's resort on Oahu, and if you've seen it online, you know it's absolutely amazing. But the real question is it worth it? Does it feel like a Disney vacation or more of a true Hawaiian experience? Today we'll be breaking it all down, the vibes of each island, what they're best for, what you can expect, and if Aulani fits into what you're looking for. If Hawaii is on your bucket list, stay tuned because this episode is for you. Okay, so I know most of you are probably really ready to dive into all things Aulani, but before we get there, let's talk about the other Hawaiian islands themselves. Some people get really confused by this, like which island is which, what each one has to offer. So we really want to break it down and talk about the vibes of each island because honestly, picking the right one could make or break your trip. So let's get into it. The best island, unpopular opinion, popular opinion, I don't care. The best island of them all is Maui. It is the best of both worlds. I always tell my clients this. You get literally the best of both worlds. You get the island life, the nature, the waters, the special beaches, the private islands, all that stuff. But then you also get city life. So you're not just in a little nature bubble. You can also go out and there's nightlife and there's luxury resorts and luxury excursions. So I feel like for clients that have never been or maybe haven't experienced it, to like the best of how you want to experience Hawaii, I feel like if you were to start anywhere, it would be Maui. It's just like, it makes it to where you wouldn't have to island hop if you don't want to. And some people don't enjoy vacations where you're like going. And so if you just want to be like in one place, but experience the best of Hawaii, like nature and city and what it has to offer, I would honestly tell you to go to Maui. It's unmatched. It's so good. You get, like we said, you get the beautiful beaches, but also all the luxury that Hawaii can offer. There's really iconic experiences in Maui, like the road to Hana. If you get sick in the car, you should really take Dramamine like a day or two before you head up there because car sickness is so real on the road to Hana.
But
I had to pull over. It is worth it, but I had to pull over 3 times. I'm not gonna lie. My husband was so done with me. I get really sick in the car. So I should have taken Dramamine. I should have been more prepared, but it was still worth it. And honestly, the road up there was an experience in itself. Like before even getting to the top, the first stop when I was like, I'm not feeling so good, we gotta get out, it had a little trail that led us to a waterfall. And on the way to the waterfall, they had little food trucks of locals selling like hand-picked fruit out of Hawaii and like banana bread. And if you know anything about Hawaii, like their banana bread is so freaking good. And they were selling like homemade like sugarcane lemonade and like sugarcane smoothies. And I was literally like, you guys can leave me here and go up the rest of the way.
I'm done with
I will stay here.
Good.
You can find me here. I will be here. So I think I have some videos on my phone from the waterfall and even some of like the exotic fruit we tried. We tried this stuff called like lychee. And they're like the size of a grape, but they have spikes and you break it open and it's like a grape in the middle. And it's so good, but we got a bag of them and they were delish. So there's so much like to do and there's places like that all over town. Like you could literally walk and find like another food truck and it's something you've never tried before. It's amazing. You also get the normal stuff that you would get in Hawaii, like snorkeling, whale watching, like all of that. We took an excursion on a little like speedboat, which sounds really scary. It was like made of rubber and all I could think of was like a shark.
Worse.
A shark could pop this thing. Like we would all be dead, but it was really fun. So they took us out and we went to this place called like the sea turtle car wash is what they call it because they have like these fish that come up and like eat the bacteria and stuff off the turtle shells. It was literally like we were in Shark Tale at a freaking car wash. It was insane. I'm like, I can't believe this is happening. And then we like swam a little bit and at this reef. And then one of the tour guides was like, look down. And I'm like, no. Like, I don't want to look down. And he's like, no, look down. There's a shark like going like this. And I'm like, like I'm really afraid of sharks. I have like a really irrational fear. I thought I was afraid, dude. I turned around and my mom was already halfway to the boat for her life. And I was like, Oh my God. And the guy goes, it's a little like 3-foot reef shark. Like it's not going to hurt anybody here. And I was like, oh my God. But my mom was already in the boat. She was like, she's done. It was just crazy. I just think that like, there's just so much the locals have to show you there. And I mean, you can still go to like really luxury resorts. But if you want to do the trip budget friendly, there is so much to see, so much to do. One trip, me and my husband stayed at a condo on the beach, like someone's Airbnb. We didn't even stay in a resort. And it was the best time of our life. Like, we walked out onto the beach every day. It was budget friendly, but like, there was locals down there selling like acai bowls out of a coconut. And I'm like, I've never been more in Hawaii than I am right now. Like, it was so good.
Yep, agreed.
But if you are going to go luxury, I have to say that the Grand Wailea is the most unmatched, extremely expensive resort.
I was gonna say it's pretty expensive.
Yeah, if you don't have like if you're not like on a budget, like you can just ball out, like that resort will do it for you.
But if you're like us and you're on a budget,
there's a lot of budget friendly options. Actually, like right next door to the Grand Wailea is the Sheraton, and that one is super budget friendly. And the hotels you actually still feel like really luxury. It's really nice. And we actually walked from the Grand Wailea to the Sheraton for their luau.
Yeah,
we booked their luau, and it was really good. So there's totally budget friendly options. But yeah, if you're looking for that like top notch, the Grand Wailea has a water elevator like in their water park. So you get inside of it, and they shoot this like water jet, and it makes you rise up to the second level. It's the craziest thing. I'm like, this is insane. So yeah, if I could go on for hours. That's why I say like Maui is just it. Like every Friday they have like a farmer's market in their downtown area. My husband, side story, got a sand in his eye and rubbed it and ended up like scratching his cornea. And if you've ever had that happen to you, it's extremely painful. We had to take him to the urgent care in Hawaii. He had to get like this glowing eye stuff to put in his eye so they could see where the cut was and like put this cream. Oh my God, it was horrible. But on the way to the urgent care, I'm like, there's a farmer's market. So after he got like his medicine, we went to this farmer's market, and I had the best stuff I ever had. Like a sugarcane green tea. It was so good. I got this bowl with like meat and sausage, and they like fried up like a big thing of cheese and just like poured the cheese all over. Oh my God. It's so good. So good. And Musubis are bomb there. They're even better than anything you could ever have. So I'm sorry, just so good. So the food is
and serious
unmatched.
Pro tip, make sure to rent a car because you'll miss out on so much if you're just at your resort.
Yes. You have to see like all the different types of beaches. Like they have like black sand beach and all these like special places that you cannot walk to from your resort. Like you need to have a car. So I would say if you are going to splurge, that's where to do it. They have like the two rows there, so you don't have to do the car rental places. They have the two rows where people rent out their own vehicles, and it's like half the cost. So I would do it. I would definitely recommend it. The other thing, which you probably have figured out by now, but Maui's like all inclusive for everybody. So it's not an island where like there's not going to be much to do for the kids. It is totally family friendly. So I always tell families that are booking that like Maui's probably the place to go, even for little kids, because I mean, little kids love to eat sand and swim in the ocean. So
that's true.
With that, I would say the second best island would probably be the Big Island. It's a little more reserved, I would say. It's not so much like focused on like the luxury side that Maui can give you. It's definitely more like nature, but not as much as like Kauai. Like there's still things to do. There's still places to like drive to and see, different beaches, all that. That's where you'll get like your like Volcano National Park, the black sand beaches there. It's a lot less crowded, I would say too, just because places like Maui and Honolulu are going to be like where people pick first. So that's something. The resort that I prefer in the Big Island is the Fairmont Orchid. It's really nice. It's not like super crazy like the Grand Wailea, but it's really amazing for the price. You get a private lagoon that they have where you can snorkel in it, but it's only for that resort. And so, you know, the other people you see are like out in the main ocean. They have like a swim up lagoon, and there's always sea turtles in there and like really cool fish. And so that is really nice. They also have a restaurant on their island that like overlooks the beach, and at nighttime manta rays come up to the pebbles and you can see them flipping their fins. and they do an excursion at night where you can swim with those manta rays like out in the ocean in the dark, and they use like a big blue like UV light, and the manta rays come up, and like they're really friendly, but I'm like paranoid about the sharks, so I'll never do it, but people have done it and they love it.
That is so cool. Totally like you're in Moana.
Yes, literally like you're in Moana, and it's just like such a cool experience. I've watched videos. I can't get over the fear, so like I can't do it. We'll go, and then you can do it.
Absolutely will.
Girl, I can't do it. So I would say that isn't so much like the city life. I still think it's great for families because you can just be on the beach. You can rent the cabanas. They have little private cabanas. They have that little reef that kind of has like a low spot, so like you can just sit in it with the little kids, but definitely more like nature focused. So if your kids are like pickier and don't like restaurant food and kind of want to be on the go, like doing water slides and that kind of stuff.
And they get bored with eating the sand and they're...
Yeah, that's not the place for you. Again, that would probably be more of like a Maui situation. Yeah. So from there, I think the next best island is probably Oahu. That's where you get like Honolulu and Waikiki and all that. But that's going to be much more like popular, much more like city life kind of island. Yeah. So they have outskirts. I went to a place in Honolulu called like the Blowhole or something, and it's all like volcano rock with geysers in between, and every like 2 minutes like a big blowhole happens. And that was really cool. They have some really good like snorkeling places, but again, you have to drive to all those places. So instead of like Maui and the Big Island having all that stuff like right at your resort or just a little walk down the beach, you have to really drive to those places. They don't really have, at least in the main city where most of the resorts are, you're not like walking out onto the beach. You have to like walk out and around to a path that gets you to the beach instead of walking out of your resort right onto the sand. So it just felt a little different to me. When I like think about going to Hawaii or like having a trip, I feel like most of the time it's like to get away from like the busy city life that you experience every day. So Honolulu isn't always like my first go-to or like my first recommendation for families. It's
for
beautiful.
Clients who want like nightlife and things like that, then that's where you're gonna want to be.
Yes, I had a couple that actually like was like honeymooning and they wanted to like go out and party, but also have like a beach. And I'm like, Honolulu's probably the right place for you. But they also have some really cool like historical sites. Like you can go see Pearl Harbor. I walked that with my friends who were in the military. We went there with them and we went through all the different museums and the boats, and it was really cool to see. So that if that's something you're like interested in, you like history, that was really cool.
Yeah.
They also have the North Shore there, which is like surfy style vibes. Like if that's your thing, that's where you want to be. The food in all of these islands is just amazing. So you can't go wrong with any of that for sure. But I just feel like different islands have different vibes. And so actually I would also say that Honolulu might actually be good for kids just because there is so much to do. Like there's shopping, there's stores, there's big parks everywhere. Like there is a lot to do that's more like city driven instead of like just relaxation. Yeah. It is definitely not like the laid back, just there to relax. It's more of like on the go. So it's still beautiful. It's still Hawaii. I still had a really good time. If you love Jurassic Park, you can book an excursion there that takes you to where it was recorded. It's really expensive. It's like $700 a person, but that's really awesome. And we'll get into Aulani here in a little bit, but it's in Waikiki, so it's close. It's something I recommend for like people that want to do like a split stay where you can do Honolulu, Waikiki, and get that city life, then also spend a little bit of time at the Disney resort. So we'll get into that in a little bit. I would say like the final like bigger of the islands is Kauai. That's the one that's like mostly all nature. Like you're not getting city life there really at all. Like it's almost 100% like greenery, lush trees, bushes, all that stuff everywhere, waterfalls everywhere. That is where the people go that are like really into like hiking and seeing those nature views and being outdoors and not, being cabana side on the beach with a Mai Tai in your hand. It's not like that. There's very few like large luxury resorts there. It's more really focused on like the nature. It's definitely, I would say, more of that like relaxation type of island. It's not going to be crowded. You're not going to have that nightlife. You're not going to have those loud, big restaurants to go to at the end of the night. It's a lot more low key for sure. But
yeah, and speaking of Jurassic Park, lots of it were also filmed in Kauai. So they also have the tours over there where you can see those filming locations too. They do lots of like helicopter tours around the island, which is absolutely stunning if you have the chance to do that.
If you're not afraid of helicopters like me, totally go for it.
True.
Okay, so now that you kind of understand all the islands and like what the vibe is of each one and kind of who it's for, what activities there are to do, let's talk about where Aulani fits into all of this. It is in Oahu, but I feel like it's a totally different experience than just going to like Honolulu and Waikiki. So I'm going to pass it over to Melissa. She's an Aulani queen, so she goes viral on TikTok for Aulani all the time. Go for it.
Yes, so let's talk about my absolute favorite Disney destination. And of course, that's Aulani. It's in Oahu, but it is on the opposite island of where Honolulu is. It's about a 30 to 40 minute drive, so it's going to take a little bit to get there once you land. But you can book a package, and they do include round-trip airport shuttles, which is fabulous. So it's really simple. They make it really easy. You land, they send you straight to your driver, and they get you right there. You don't ever have to worry about it. They also offer rental cars by the day at the resort. So if you're there and you decide you want to go explore Honolulu or somewhere like that, you absolutely can. So is it like Disney World or Disneyland in Hawaii? No. So many people will comment on my videos and be like, okay, but how many park days is it? There's no theme park. It is literally just a resort in Hawaii with all of the Disney magic that you can imagine. So you've got characters every time you turn around. They've got character breakfast. They have an amazing kids club where your kids can go and hang out while you.
And it's included in the price. It's not extra.
Yes, it is. They have a really awesome luau that they do. That is an extra fee, but it is absolutely worth it. It is stunning. And they have tons of pools. Their beach is fabulous. And Aulani really is the perfect Hawaii trip for anyone with children. It is going to be super kid friendly. Of course, it's Disney. They just do things well. And it's really just relaxing in Hawaii and with Mickey and his friends right beside you. So, I mean, it's one of my favorites. I have a ton of clients who go, and every single one of them is ready to book the trip to go back as soon as they get home. It is amazing. They told me it's the only Disney vacation that they've done where they didn't feel like they needed a vacation at the end of it. So...
Period.
Yes.
Feel that on a deep level. They also have a private lagoon that you can snorkel in, and it's like just there. So you're not sharing that with other people on an island, on a beach. You are 100% just at Aulani, and I feel like for me, for like the irrational shark fear, it's safer because it's theirs and it's like made with the real fish and everything in there, but it's not open to the ocean. And I know it just sounds crazy, but like for my peace of mind and like my kids, like that's for me. That is for me. They did that for me.
Yeah, you're not snorkeling with the sharks at Aulani.
No, you're not. You also get like they have like a water park for the kids. Mm-hmm. So it's like think water slides, dumping water, all that stuff. I feel like that's really nice to have because sometimes like when you go to Hawaii, it's like you just go to the beach every day and it's kind of like your kids are probably at some point like, this is boring. I don't want to do this anymore.
Absolutely.
So the little water park that they have is perfect for kids. They also have adult only areas and they have a pool and a hot tub that has a negative edge to the ocean. And so it like feels like you're like in there, but you're safe from the sharks. And I'm just kidding, but it's really nice. I feel like there's so much to do for kids too. Like you get that auntie's beach house and the kids love that. They also tell like movies under the stars at night. So, I mean, think about Disney, think about Disney Cruise Line, Disneyland, Disney World, and all the times they talk about that like Disney experience, like you're getting Hawaii, which is like one of the most magical places on earth with like some pixie dust in there. Like nothing sounds better than that. Nothing sounds better than that.
No, it is fabulous. I have literally never had someone go to Aulani and not like it. Like everyone loves it. And it's a Hawaii resort where if you didn't want to leave your resort, you're not going to be bored for the time that you're there. Like there's so many activities going on. You never have to leave if you don't want to.
Right. And the restaurants are really good. They're really highly ranked. They are a little bit expensive. And so sometimes I've had clients like jump from the resort to. Right across the street, there's like a little market, and they have some like grab and go foods that are a little bit more affordable. But even just to try that stuff, that's totally worth it. Like, experience that, do what you have to do. You have to get a snow cone, the shaved ice that are like in the shape of Mickey. You have to do that. For moms, I mean dads too, if they want it, they have like an amazing spa at Aulani that you can book spa services at. You know, the Disney difference. Everything that they do is just one step above everybody else. It has to be, otherwise it wouldn't be Disney. It just wouldn't
be
do
Disney.
it. No.
And I'm sure you think, okay, it's so expensive. Disney's incredibly expensive. And it is. But they run amazing promotions throughout the year, and you can get a really affordable trip. I mean, it's not going to be that much more than you would pay for other places on the island. So
right. And you can do a split stay. I have so many clients do the split stay where they'll stay in Waikiki, or, you know, inner flights between the islands of Hawaii are like $30, just so you guys know.
So
really cheap. So we always do like the Big Island and Maui, my two favorite islands, and we just like will book a flight in the evening so we can still spend the day where we're at. And it's like $30 to jump over to the next island. So I have people do that all the time. They'll do Maui or they'll do Honolulu and then they'll jump to Aulani. And it's like, if you can't afford to stay for a week, at least give yourself like a 2-night. Like, give yourself a 2-night there and then bounce hop to another island. Like, there's ways to do it to where you can like pinch a budget a little bit and still get to experience the magic. So if you can, you gotta do it. You gotta do it.
Absolutely.
I feel like you have to, not to just talk ourselves up, but like in the grand scheme of all the things that Aulani has to offer and all the different ways that you can kind of do it wrong, like you really should use a travel agent. We are a travel agent, but you can use anybody. And it's just for the experience of knowing that like that trip is going to be done the right way. Like, can you imagine taking your family all the way to Hawaii and coming home and being like, I feel like we didn't like experience what we should have experienced there. You need to go with someone that knows what they're talking about and is going to steer you in the right way. Room type matters. Like, other places, like, I'm not kidding, Disneyland, I will stay across the street. I don't freaking care. It's just about being there. But Hawaii, like, you have to have an ocean view. You have to open your blinds and look out and see the ocean from your room. Like, something about it and seeing like the sunset and the sunrise, it's amazing. Like, I can't even explain the feeling, but that is a must. Like, you don't want a garden view. You want an ocean view. Like, trust me, it has to be that way. It's just, it's so good without it, you wouldn't be getting the full experience. So I would say
with Aulani specifically, there are tons of different dates to keep up with for when dining opens, when you can book cabanas, when you can do sign your kids up for Auntie's Beach House. You need someone who's going to keep track of all of those dates for you and make sure that you're getting all of the things done that you want done before you get there. You can't just show up and be like, oh, I need to send my kids to the kids club, because you might not be able to.
Yeah.
That stuff's booked in advance. They're pre-registered. Your dining needs to be booked in advance. Like, and you don't want to miss out on those things. They're a big part of what makes Aulani Aulani.
Yeah. I mean, they have like sometimes same day openings, but it's rare. Like, it's, I mean, if you've experienced Disneyland and Disney World, you know that you're not getting into Chef Mickey's and the Blue Bayou the morning of you walking into the park. You know you're not getting that. So that's the same as Aulani, but the dates are much different than that of like Disneyland and Disney World. So you really need to be on it. Like, if you're not going to go through a TA, which I don't know why you wouldn't, it's free and you just get the best service. But if you're going to do it yourself, you got to be on it because you want to experience what they have to offer. It's like, you don't want to miss out on that stuff. So
no, absolutely.
I have a client going and she literally the other day was like, we don't know what we would have done without you. I'm like, it's okay. That's what I'm here for. I love it. But we found out that also the Auntie's Beach House, even if your kids are potty trained, they have to be 4. So just a heads up, like, they don't have a nursery and they don't take kids 3 and under. So she was really trying to book a dining for her and her husband and drop her son off there, her youngest. And she's like, he's potty trained. And I'm like, I know, but he has to be 4. Like, I'm so sorry. So you got to plan ahead. I mean, even not with Aulani, even the Big Island, Maui, all those places, a travel agent, a good one, is going to book those reservations for you. They're going to have itineraries. They're going to tell you where to go, when to go, what to do there. Like, you want to experience it in the best possible way because you're spending money to get there. It's not just taking a little road trip down the road and finding a restaurant along the way. That's great. But these are like once in a lifetime experiences that not everybody always gets to go to. So I just say always do your research and really find someone, or you, if you're going to do your own research, to get you there and have the best experience that you can have. So Hawaii is magical in itself. But Hawaii Disney is just another level. And you just want to come home and be like, that was the best freaking trip of my whole life. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I would say after all of this, you've heard all the islands, you've heard about Aulani, you've heard about the museums, the different beaches, all the things you can go to. There really is like no one size fits all trip. This isn't just a book a hotel and I want to go to Disneyland for 2 days. This is like we want to see whales. We want to go snorkeling. We want to stay at this resort and then hop islands to this resort. And I want to eat there. I saw that on TikTok. And I want to meet Stitch and have a shaved ice on the beach. Like, this is not a one size fits all. This is really like a what's going to work best for your family. And I feel like that's why a lot of people get really overwhelmed with Hawaii. So it can be overwhelming, but it is so worth it at the end of the day. Every trip that I have booked for family, friends, or myself to Hawaii, we have come home and been like, I literally can't wait to go back. Like, that was the most relaxing, serene trip of my life. So if Hawaii is on your bucket list, you guys know who to come to, but also do your research. Like, really plan it out, because you want that trip to be the trip you talk about for years to come. You know, it's just so different. But use us, because we got you, and we're going to send you to the best places, the best dining, the best excursions, the best resorts, all the things, you know.
Yes, we will make sure it's that once in a lifetime trip for you. You don't have to worry about it.
We would also love to hear from you guys. So if you want to comment or share, like, all the things, and tell us like your favorite experiences you've ever had in Hawaii, or things that you've been looking forward to trying one day, maybe some bucket list items. I always get really excited seeing like experiences people have, or like the experiences that they want to have. So I would love to hear some of those things. So if you guys want to like, comment, share, you know, all the things, we really appreciate it. We love talking about this stuff. We love doing this together. We were just talking the other day about how crazy it was that like you can meet your best friend by both applying for the same job and then like getting the job, and like, look at us now. Like, we didn't know onboarding 3 years ago that we'd be like here, like doing a podcast. Yeah. We're going to Disney World together next month for a week. We're so excited. So we're going to do like a summer vacation podcast for you guys in the park. But
yes, we are taking you all along with us.
Yes. We just love you guys, and we love doing this, and we love travel, and we love Disney, obviously. So thank you guys always for the support, and we're hopefully just going to keep going.
Yeah.